Roman Reigns is the undisputed #1 star of this generation. There is nobody who WWE has invested more time and consequences into. Even if you argue that someone like Seth Rollins is a solid #2, the gap between them is quite significant. For over 3 years, Roman Reigns has portrayed one of the most over characters in modern WWE history, cementing his name as one of the all-time great villains, arguably above some of the names that often come into that conversation. This period has been such a smashing success that many fans forgot about the disastrous 5 or 6 years that led to him becoming WWE's most popular star. Let's take a look at the first time Roman Reigns tried to be the main event guy and fell short, or at least in the eyes of some, he did. All the way back in his early days in WWE NXT, coming under the Anoa'i wrestling family legacy, Jim Ross described Roman Reigns as having the it factor. But nobody expected it to take nearly a decade to truly come together. During his days with The Shield, the most breakout faction of all time, Roman didn't talk much. He played the cool, aloof, muscle-type role. It was the perfect role for him to be the powerhouse. WWE clearly played to his strengths since he wasn't yet a defined talking personality. It was always talked about that WWE had plans to push Roman as the breakout star of The Shield. Based on CM Punk's accounts, this plan was evident when Punk faced the entire faction in a handicap match on pay-per-view to make Roman look really strong. Roman had a strong performance at the 2013 Survivor Series, breaking Kane's 13-year-old elimination record in the Royal Rumble by tossing 12 superstars over the top rope. Yet, he still fell short of winning, as Batista emerged victorious. Over the following year, WWE continued to push Roman as the next guy, the perfect candidate to win the 2015 Royal Rumble. However, fans weren't buying it. WWE officials failed to realize how wrong they were about putting Roman on that pedestal. After the Shield's breakup, Seth Rollins immediately benefited from joining the Authority faction, becoming the Golden Boy. In reality, Roman Reigns was WWE's true Golden Boy, and it became increasingly apparent over the summer of 2014. While Rollins and Dean Ambrose began to carve their own paths, Roman struggled to connect with all fans. Although kids and women loved the big dog, many male fans rejected him. WWE's mistake was trying to make Roman John Cena's successor in every way: booking, wrestling style, and character. It simply didn't work. This era saw disastrous promos like the infamous "Sufferin' Succotash" line, which became a meme within wrestling circles. Roman Reigns' transformation into the tribal chief has not only reshaped his career, but has also set a new standard for how top stars in WWE can evolve their characters. His new persona is deeply rooted in his Samoan heritage, with the head of the table gimmick serving as a tribute to his family, while positioning him as a dominant force in the WWE universe. The addition of Paul Heyman as his special counsel was a masterstroke, leveraging Heyman's unmatched mic skills to amplify the aura of Reigns as an unstoppable and calculating champion. This pairing marked a turning point for Reigns, establishing him as not just a top star, but arguably the top attraction in the wrestling world. The return of Roman Reigns at SummerSlam 2020 was a dramatic and impactful moment. His sudden appearance after the main event between Braun Strowman and The Fiend Bray Wyatt sent shockwaves through the WWE universe. Reigns' assault on both competitors and his declaration that he would reclaim what was rightfully his set the tone for his tribal chief era. It was clear from that moment that this was a different Roman Reigns, one who embraced the arrogance, ruthlessness, and confidence that many fans had been waiting to see. Just 1 week later at Payback 2020, Reigns captured the Universal Championship in a triple threat match against Wyatt and Strowman. The match itself was a showcase of his new attitude. He strategically entered the fray only after both opponents were weakened, securing the win in a manner befitting his cunning character. From that point forward, the Universal Championship became synonymous with Reigns, as he embarked on one of the most dominant title reigns in WWE history. Reigns' first major feud as the Tribal Chief was against his own cousin, Jey Uso. This storyline was not only deeply personal, but also revolutionary in its storytelling. The matches at Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell were brutal and emotionally charged, with Reigns forcing Jey to acknowledge him as the head of the table. The family dynamic added a layer of realism and depth to the feud, making it one of the most compelling narratives in modern WWE. By the end of it, Jey Uso had reluctantly aligned with Reigns, further solidifying the Tribal Chief's control over his family and his image as a manipulative and powerful leader. This era also saw the emergence of the Bloodline, a faction consisting of Reigns, Jey, and eventually Jimmy Uso, who also fell in line after a series of confrontations with his cousin. The Bloodline became a dominant force on SmackDown, consistently featured in main events and delivering some of the best segments on WWE television. Reigns' ability to elevate those around him was evident in the way the Usos benefited from their association with him, with their tag team reigns adding to the group's overall dominance. As the Tribal Chief, Reigns faced and defeated a series of high-profile challengers, each feud enhancing his legacy. His matches against Kevin Owens in late 2020 and early 2021 were gritty and physical, showcasing Reigns' ability to adapt to different styles while maintaining his aura of invincibility. The last man standing match at the Royal Rumble 2021 was particularly memorable, featuring creative spots and a dramatic finish that left fans talking. One of Reigns' most significant victories came at WrestleMania 37, where he defeated Edge and Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match to retain the Universal Championship. The image of Reigns pinning both men simultaneously was a definitive statement about his status in WWE. This match was a testament to Reigns' ability to deliver in high-pressure situations, solidifying his place as the face of the company. Throughout his reign, Reigns demonstrated an uncanny ability to balance his in-ring performances with his character work. His promos became must-watch segments, blending arrogance, intimidation, and a sense of calculated menace. Whether he was addressing his opponents, his family, or the WWE Universe, Reigns spoke with a confidence and authority that commanded attention. His catchphrases, such as "Acknowledge me," became part of the wrestling lexicon, further cementing his status as a generational talent. The Tribal Chief era also saw the return of fans to arenas after the pandemic, and the reception Reigns received was telling. While he was still a heel, there was an undeniable appreciation for his work, with many fans acknowledging him as one of the best performers in the industry. This duality, being both despised as a character and respected as a performer, added to his allure, making him a unique figure in WWE. Reigns' rivalry with Brock Lesnar, which reignited in 2021, was another highlight of his run. This feud brought a fresh dynamic, with Lesnar playing a more unhinged, babyface role, while Reigns leaned further into his manipulative heel persona. Their matches, including the showdown at Crown Jewel 2021 and the title unification bout at WrestleMania 38, were high-stakes affairs that delivered both in terms of storytelling and action. The inclusion of Paul Heyman, whose allegiance wavered throughout the feud, added another layer of intrigue, making it one of the most compelling storylines of the era. The unification of the Universal and WWE Championships at WrestleMania 38 was a historic moment, further solidifying Reigns' position at the top of the WWE hierarchy. Holding both titles, Reigns became the Undisputed Champion, a feat that few have achieved in the modern era. This accomplishment was a testament to WWE's faith in him as their marquee star and his ability to carry the company on his shoulders. As Reigns continued to dominate, his feuds with challengers like Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, and Cody Rhodes showcased his versatility. Each rivalry brought out a different aspect of his character, whether it was his ruthlessness, his cunning, or his ability to outwit his opponents. His match against McIntyre at Clash at the Castle 2022 was a particularly memorable encounter, taking place in front of a passionate UK crowd and featuring a dramatic finish with the debut of Solo Sikoa, who joined the Bloodline. The addition of Solo Sikoa to the Bloodline added another layer to the group's dynamic, with the younger Uso acting as the enforcer and further reinforcing Reigns' dominance. The Bloodline's continued presence on WWE programming kept Reigns at the forefront of the company, with their internal struggles and external feuds providing some of the most engaging storylines in recent memory. Reigns' rivalry with Cody Rhodes leading up to WrestleMania 39 was a masterclass in long-term storytelling. Rhodes, who returned to WWE in 2022 with a mission to win the WWE Championship for his late father, Dusty Rhodes, represented the ultimate underdog. Reigns, on the other hand, embodied the unstoppable force, dismissing Rhodes' aspirations with a mix of arrogance and disdain. Their match at WrestleMania 39 was a showcase of drama, athleticism, and storytelling, with Reigns ultimately retaining his titles and continuing his historic reign. As of early 2025, Roman Reigns' reign as the Tribal Chief has surpassed 3 years, making it one of the longest and most impactful title runs in WWE history. His ability to consistently reinvent himself and elevate those around him has set a new standard for what it means to be the face of the company. Whether it's his matches, his promos, or his presence, Reigns has proven time and again that he is a once-in-a-generation talent. Looking ahead, questions remain about how Reigns' reign will eventually end and who will be the one to dethrone him. Speculation abounds about whether it will be a returning star, a rising talent, or even a member of the Bloodline turning against him. Regardless of how it unfolds, Roman Reigns has already secured his place in the pantheon of wrestling greats, leaving a legacy that will be remembered for years to come. The journey from the big dog to the Tribal Chief has been one of evolution, resilience, and redemption. Roman Reigns' story is a testament to the power of reinvention and the importance of finding the right character at the right time. His rise to the top has not only transformed his career, but also elevated WWE as a whole, proving that even in a scripted industry, genuine greatness can shine through. And that's a wrap on the incredible journey of Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, and his dominance in WWE. If you enjoyed this deep dive into his historic reign, don't forget to hit that like button to show your support. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Who do you think will finally dethrone the Tribal Chief? Or will he remain undefeated for years to come? We'd love to hear your predictions.